All right, what is a graph? A graph is a collection of nodes, which are also called vertices, and edges. So we saw some examples in the text. We'll have our nodes. These look like dots, and our edges. And the edges connect the nodes. Maybe we have some more nodes. Now, this is the basic idea of a graph, and these nodes can represent lots of different things, and the edges can represent lots of different things. We saw one example with the Königsberg Bridge, where the nodes, the red ones, represent a landmass, and the blue ones represent bridges. We also talked about the nodes representing subway stops, and the blue edges representing the path that the subway takes between those subway stops. So they said a graph is a collection of nodes and edges, but I should be a little bit more specific because a graph is a collection of nodes and vertices of nodes and edges where the edges connect to vertices. So specifically, I can't have a edge that sort of just goes out to nowhere, right? There actually has to be another vertice. And I can't have an edge that just sort of lives by itself. And also I can't have this, right? This somehow doesn't make sense. All of the edges need to connect between two nodes. And then again, more specifically, I should say that a graph is a collection of nodes, and we're going to call that N, and edges that connect two nodes within the graph, right? So I can't have some extra node over here with an edge. I need to say, well, these are all, connected. They're all part of the same graph. So I'm going to define my set of nodes first. I'm going to put down a number of nodes here. I'm going to call these N. And then I'm going to create edges between the nodes. And the edges are made up of a pair of nodes. We're going to write N cross N. Right, so every edge connects two different nodes, as we can see here, and this is reflected in our formal definition. So as an example, we might have a node or a graph that represents a social network. And so we might have 4 people in our network: Mark, Jack, Jill, and Jim. And then we have edges between all of these users. So let's start with our nodes. We'll start with Mark, Jack, Jill, Jim. And we have edges, and those edges are defined by these pairs. Mark goes to Jack. Jill goes to Mark. And Jim and Jill are connected. So this is our graph. The red is our nodes, and the blues are our edges. Maybe these are friendships. And so Mark is connected to Jill and Jack, but not directly through Jim. So Mark is connected to Jim through Jill. This is the basic idea of a graph.